So now I will move on to another area uh, which is very important for us to understand, and that is to understand the behavior pattern of people, and also understand why they come to you and why they follow a company. If we understand this basic detail about these points, it can help us in orienting our plans, strategy, and future activities on social media. This is a research from a leading research company, which I have taken from Germany, and their research is telling that why people come to follow you on a platform. So the first thing that comes is 61% of the population, they want to learn about the products and new features of whatever features of the company which they have learned. 48% come there to understand the company's culture, environment, and work policies, etc. Means there are also people who want to follow, understand what is going on in that company, especially the job aspirants. Not always for products but also for jobs. And 46% people are there for learning a specific sales, because there are lots of this is a part of the strategy of many companies to reduce deals. Many times either when there is a new launch, or many times when they want to now get rid of that from their sales channel. There are lots of products they want to not sell further. So in order to either put an end to the stock which they have, they want to clear their stocks. For that they do sales, or they want to do sales to create more interest in the new product. So people look for those options and opportunities. Whenever there is a sell, they buy it. And this is a good way of buying as well as engaging. And many times these companies try to engage people, and they do lots of funny things, entertaining things. Many times these people call celebrities to endorse their brand, and luckily this is very human, to get attracted to those brands or celebrities, or someone who is doing some funny activity on the channel or on the website or on the platform, social media platform. So this is, in kind of broadly I told why people try to follow you on Twitter or in Facebook or in YouTube or in. And now, in addition to whatever I just explained you, the basic, when we are talking about understanding our sales, plan or social media plans, we need to understand that whatever activities that we do, whatever energy that we spend, whatever time that we put in, whatever money that we put in doing social media activities, if we are not able to measure them, it becomes difficult for us to take further, corrective measures. So the impact that is being created is very important to understand, number one, and measure them. So this particular research that we have just talked about, there are certain parameters on which these points come into, and that parameters are, we have to understand the visitors and sources of traffic, okay, from where these people are coming to. And the other one is network size. What is the number of followers that you have? Okay. Then you have to understand quantity of commentary, how people are talking, if they are discussing about brand, if you create the buzz, these things. Also the sentiment, the commentary, what kind of sentiments they are showing. Many times they are frustrated, many times they are very happy, many times they are very angry about not good services. So also in addition to that, you have to also understand the search engine ranking. If you do not understand the search engine ranking, it becomes problematic, because if there is no search engine good results coming in, Google or in Yahoo, etc., and that means there is something wrong somewhere, because your ranking is not good enough, and that means whatever activity that you are doing will have less impact. Okay. Similarly, the point that comes into picture is leads generated. When we are talking about social media marketing and trying to understand the impact, and when we are putting some content, and there, as I told you, people to people relationship is very important. But it does not convert into inquiry or business leads generation. This has no importance. So this leads becomes important. Similarly, we have how much progress you have done towards achieving your goal. That is also a point where we have to think of. What is the engagement level, with influencer bloggers? How much is the conversion happening from those leads? Then we have to also understand that if you recall, we have also discussed about the competitive analysis. So, how much share of activities you are contributing in social media in front of your competitors, and you also need to define the criteria to understand the profile of audience. So when we are talking about lead generation, when at that stage of time you have to integrate certain final points, that gives you certain data about those people and understand their behavior. So now, why I have mentioned about these points? These points are very important to understand the impact, of whatever activity that you do. But how you measure them? That's also an important point. So in order to measure these activities, there are lots of paid sites, paid platforms who you have to put those points, trackers there. Or there are some unpaid sites, including Google Analytics. Similarly, there are analytics by Facebook. Similarly, there are some analytics given by LinkedIn. Similarly, there is analytics given by Twitter, and there are some good softwares, or there are some experts who are specialized in social media analytics. They also sell their platforms. They sell you parameters, they sell you codes, they sell you variety of patches which you can embed in your platforms, and from there you fetch data on daily basis, on weekly basis, on monthly basis, or on hourly basis, and on fetching those data you monitor whatever activities that are being done at your platform, and from there you do all these measurement analysis, and then you measure the impact being created. So I have whatever parameters that I have just shown you. It has certain percentage given. The visitors and source of traffic 72%. It's very important. For example, if you go to YouTube channel and if you put a video and people come to you, you have at least 30 to 40 parameters that you can know. You can even know the age group, sources, tablets, television, or computer, which kind of computer, many times country, region, timings, age group, sex, everything can be measured. How many subscribers you receive, how much time was devoted, how much money was generated. So these are all platforms that give you a proper I will say points where you can closely monitor the impact of social media activity. So now I have also explained you the variety of strategies which people make use of on social media platform, and one such strategy is to give discounts, and many companies they follow a kind of strategic way, and that strategic way is to follow your discount for a continuous 10 days, 15 days, 20 days. Many companies, create a culture of flash deals, and if you recall, there is a phone, MI phone, there was this phone, whenever it used to get launched, in flash deal, it used to be over within, a minute's time. And this is strategy, they kind of create a fear in the mind of people that there is no other product available for the time being, They may be having millions in stock, but they will tell you that this is a limited edition. So they create play with the sentiment of the people, and IDA model they apply, and then they sell. So similarly, variety of products you are being sold. Even if you go to Amazon, you will find always some deal happening. If you go to Flipkart, they give you deal. So this company they use this strategy for 20 days, and they were able to increase their sales by 10 to 15% very easily. And 10 to 15% sales increase, when we are talking in volumes, is a big deal. It may not be a big deal for a small business, but it is a big deal when it comes to bulk business. When there is a bulk, and 10 to 15% can convert it into millions. So this is how we play with this impact meters. We play with our strategies that we learn, and if we are able to integrate all these things, in a planned way, we are able to do a very successful social media marketing thing.